So what has life been like since mom passed?
It's been about 2 years now. Lonely.
This disease is as much a problem in South Africa as it is in my district in Alameda County. In the United States, among young people, among women, and among men, African Americans are at the most risk of getting infected with HIV, of developing AIDS, and of dying of this disease. The unfortunate reality is that to be black in America is to be at greater risk of HIV and AIDS.
To start off, I want to go into the blanket. Actually, this was sort of kind of like a keepsake gift that I got from my mom a couple of years back for Christmas, actually. At the time, she was in the Rehabilitation Center Broadway House. And when I tell you she never parted from it, she never parted from it. I remember when she was on her deathbed, we had this blanket on her bed, and she never wanted to part from it. And it was actually, we actually used the blanket to, as part of her funeral services, we actually covered the casket with the blanket. This is actually a collage that she made, which I am so grateful for this collage, because it really helps me to get through some really tough times where I just want to sit down and just cry and have my moment. This collage really helps me to do that. And then this picture over here is actually the picture that my mom's picked out to use for her funeral services. Just different funny pictures of us. So these, you know, it really helps me. It helps me to have these photos in my apartment. It helps me get through the hard times. My mom, who was my everything, my best friend, was diagnosed in 1991 with HIV. I did not become aware of her diagnosis until October of 2004. I was 11 years old at the time when she was diagnosed. So if you do the math, she had it for about 13 years before I became aware of her diagnosis. I was 24 years old when she found out. And she passed away in May of 2008. So I had known about it for about 4 years up until the time that she had passed. And she lived with it for 17 years.